there is commotion everywhere right now, and more of it is in the camp of anti-justice, and particularly Cynthia Omonwunmi at the Banjo. And of course, our mentors, they are rattled up. They are doing their own public presentation, trying to change the narrative and, of course, create a kind of, some kind of, they are trying to create some protection for themselves. That is why Cynthia came out to hurt certain things that has to do with, in case the toxicology, or let's say even the autopsy, produces some kind of information that could nail her. Being that Mohbad's father had talked about certain things put in the food of Mohbad, she already said it is Adura that gave Mohbad his last meal. All of this is to absolve herself from anything. Now, is she innocent or not? Is she guilty or not? Is she responsible or not? Just take a moment. Let us get into the nitty-gritty of the new and latest updates. This is serious. This is serious. So, not so long ago, the DPP, under the Ministry of Justice, they cleared Naira Marley, Sam Larry, and Prime Boy. Prime Boy was declared wanted without being invited. And quickly, the police produced a footage from the same CCTV that they said has no database, no recording. They were able to produce a clip of Cynthia opening the door, leading the nurse into the house. Now, yesterday we dealt with the part of spending that said, I did not contact the nurse. I only gave number. Call this nurse if this nurse will help, since the nurse that attends to Mohbad is not available. How is it that I will be charged for this? Is this not a normal practice all over Nigeria? People prefer to call auxiliary nurses to take care of their health crisis, injury, malaria fever, typhoid fever. Those are the three basic things that you will oftentimes find them taking care of. So why should I be held responsible? What about the person that opened the door and let the nurse in? Is it not the choice and discretion of Cynthia, who is in charge, who brought in the nurse? Why should I be held responsible alone? Well, the nurse, right? The nurse is now the person that will carry the load of unaliving Mohbad. It has come to a point where push has come to shove. Without wasting your time, let us get right into it. But before we proceed, please like, share, tap on the subscribe button.
Took the bold step to go to face the police and said, Ọlọ́pàá, ẹ̀yin gangan ni Rusa in dá wàhálà ilẹ̀. You had opportunity to have added to your investigation before this advice came out. You did not do it. It's not that we did not report to you. It's not that we did not write petition to you. It's not that we didn't bring evidence. You did not do it. Commissioner, sir, this was the time we contacted your officers. Advice was they didn't do it. So, and the commissioner of police assured that, okay, it's all right, they will look into it immediately. And he gave them, go and complete the job. You can go to the DPP as much as, because you are a separate institution. Police local dayato. Police is called dayato gedegbe. Nino case stand, sorry. Police is distinct and is neutral. But there is a Ministry of Justice. The Ministry of Justice is looking into the affairs. Judiciary, dawayato. Judiciary, the Coroner inquest, they are under the chief judge, the judiciary. But the ministry that does oversight to manage the affairs, the court, anything justice in Lagos State is the Ministry of Justice under the governor. So the DPP is under the government of Lagos State Ministry of Justice. And also the coroner inquest, which is under the judiciary, the chief judge of the state, is directly or indirectly attached to the Ministry of Justice too. They cannot do anything. Ministry of Justice has direct influence on the coroner inquest. And that is what I was explaining to them. Now, whatever the case may be, the chief judge controls all the courts in Lagos State. And the chief judge and the attorney general and commissioner for justice belong to the same circle under the government or in the federal. And that is what we're trying to explain to them. So there is no law that binds, if they give advice, this is our report, DPP will collect it. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to support that the DPP, the coroner inquest, should complete its job and that whatever it does there can be useful. But of course, it can be useful, but nobody can force the DPP to say, what we bring, you must use it. It's still on advice and findings. It's not everything that the police brought. That is why even the police themselves, it is not everybody that the police took to DPP that the DPP even charge. The DPP look at it and say, don't charge Naira Marley, don't charge Prime Boy. It's binding, it's a law. So the police, the DPP can choose to say, out of the 10 people you brought to me, police, only 2 people you are meant to charge. Police cannot force it. How much more the coroner inquest? If the coroner inquest brings his report, it can say we are not making use of everything in totality, or want to use parts. It's the power. It's the power, and the power lies with the DPP. Even police that took Naira Marley, took Prime Boy, took Samilari, Shebi police thought they did something, or they have a case to answer. Police thought, and that's why they carried all of them and say, look at all these people. Advise us. Who has a case to answer? Who should we charge to court? And what should be their charges? The discretion and the power lies with the DPP. They have right to say, don't charge all of them. They can say, charge 2. Charge this one. That's it. They have the power. So if coroner inquest finishes and they say, we observe this, they have right to say, no, they have no case to answer. They have case to answer too. That is the truth, to and leg. The power of DPP, Director of Public Prosecution, must never be undermined. If you think the DPP is right or wrong, they will say, go to court if we charge you. You have the right to go and challenge our decision there. So, inshallah, and people should know. So, please, guys, coroner inquest as an institution is not a fraud. Except there is another meaning anybody is giving to it, maybe because of this Mohbad. But I, Yomi Fabiyi, and Break the Silence Foundation will never and has never said the coroner inquest as a tool of judiciary, as a tool of administration of criminal justice in any state or country. We never said it is a fraud. No, it is a proper and legitimate tool of justice. How, whatever the case may be, the DPP that would be collecting the report or advice from the coroner inquest has moved on. They've issued advice, and that is why we had to protest to the police, and we hope that gets results. Maybe. So I'm appealing to everybody, let's stay put. If you don't trust the police, good. If you trust them, good. But I as a person, for now, the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, I'm not talking about the detectives yet. The Commissioner of Police only inherited asset and liability. He did not know what happened during Mohbad's case. He just came in, is barely 2 weeks, and he gave an order that they should go back to the drawing board. And we're expecting concrete actions now. There is no action and no movement. That is when we'll be able to what? Take the right step. But we're going to be doing some certain things. On the 10th of April, the second phase, we were meant to do rally and justice concerts. This time around, our people said, no, we should change it to press conference or another thing. And then we agree we should do a human rights summit. It's Mohbad Human Rights Summit and Symposium. So we're going to be doing that. And the advantage of that is that every angle at which we will bring spotlight and expose the truth and what needed to still be done in form of a legitimate formal protest, the Human Rights Summit and Symposium will do it. Because at the end of the day, the world must see that we are persistent and we want the government to do the right thing, and that the police should also do the right thing. So we have asked them, and the police and the DPP, they must agree that, oh, let's go and do more investigation. We have a new lead, because under the law, homicide does not have statute of limitation. Murder does not have statute of limitation. Even if it is 10 years after, any new evidence pops up, the police can still investigate it and pack the bundle and share with the DPP, and the DPP will adjust on their stuff. Like, okay, if you want to do it, if you don't want to do it, we'll go straight to court by ourselves. So, and whatever the case may be, even if the case gets to court now, the police are at liberty to bring anybody into the case and say, we are adjusting our charges. So person should now be charged for so thing. And if the judge see reason to that, then they will call the person's name and say, okay, the person can now be facing these charges, and they will improve on it. So advantage in it, even if the case gets to court, it's a huge advantage. If anything comes out of the coroner inquest, it can still be used during the trial. So advantage in it. But that I said that the coroner inquest, I support coroner inquest, and I support that the coroner judge finishes their job. The judge is not happy with what went down. Even this learned son is not happy. But of course, whatever the case may be, we all know what is going on, and that is the power the DPP has. You can complain, but there is a way out of it, and that is what we are looking into, so that we'll do it. But to go all out as an NGO, to be insulting. Activism is not when you insult your leaders. Activism is not when you abuse the police, insult the police. You can criticize the police. That is activism. You can speak truth to authority. That is activism. You can correct the governor or condemn. That is activism. But insulting the governor, no. And there is no way I will support such. That is not activism. Activism is not insulting the governor. Activism is not, activism is not insulting the police, abusing the police, attacking the police physically. But we can criticize or speak truth or constructively, criticize the police, the government, the leadership of the government. That is activism, and that is my own kind of approach. So if there is a pattern for me to not only commend, if I see something good, I will commend if it is coming from the police. That is their own approach, that we are plain, we are neutral, we are ready to dance to the tune of the public if we see a very legitimate grounds. And they never told us that our new grounds are not making sense. Like I'm saying, they're not saying it's not making sense, and they're not saying they're not working on it. And I cannot jump the gun. They have not shown that they disregarded us. If they eventually work on it and justice is served, that means the approach is useful by not going all out to attack, insult, abuse the police or the leadership of the state. No, we would commend them. Even if we're going to be appealing, I will beg the Ministry of Justice, I will beg the DPP, I will tell them, please, can you slow down? Please, can you just be patient a little? I'm going to be going to the Ministry of Justice. I will speak with the Director of Public Prosecution. I'm begging. Anyone expect? I'm going to appeal. Good, see all of us. We can always go to the Commissioner for Justice and ask for the audience of the DPP. We are the public. Sir, we have come to appeal to you. Please, can you be a little bit patient? Let the police, ask the police to do the right thing. Let them investigate this new lead so that it will help you. They can, and ask them to to duplicate the file so that you can improve on the advice, and then you can go on, because the advice has gone to the court. They've already removed some people, and that is it, except there is a new lead, because at the end of the day they have said, okay, no more magistrate court. Now they are heading to the High Court, and the only option left is the High Court. So the advice can be changed at the High Court. I want to your crow here. What your crow is the process of the court. The only reason why any of them can be brought back or anybody can be added is a new investigation, whether from the Coroner inquest or from the police. But the truth of the matter is, it's easy for them to collect from Coroner inquest and not act on it because they are still tied together than the police. Because the police will come with concrete, more deep-rooted than DPP calling. DPP might start calling now. Some people do not come. They will not come. They will come there. They will come and lie because there is no proper investigation. The only thing that the DPP would rely on is working with the toxicology and looking at the testimony of witnesses. But police will go back and turn people to suspects. And as a suspect, they can go far and deeper to extract evidence that will make them culpable. And then if they file that same to the DPP, then the people will look at it and say, good job, police. The public demanded that we should wait for you, that you want to investigate in this angle, and you have bring evidence, which is known to the public, and now you have shared with us. No problem. Check this person, check this person, check this person. And that is what we are saying. But with Coroner inquest, we will support it. It's right to finish up. Let them finish up. But the truth is, the DPP that is meant to wait for them had gone far ahead of them to advise the police, because they are meant to do from your own angle. Let's sit together and advise the police, but they didn't wait for them. So if they're now bringing it now, no law says that they must, but we can always appeal to them. If you want to criticize them, I'm not saying people should not criticize them, but people should respect other people's approach. If you want to abuse them, good, but it's better if we as a united body find a reasonable approach first. Tabati exhaust means the other. But if this one, we are appealing to them, the same justice Mohbad is causing them, it will be counterproductive and it might slow us down. And that is what we're saying. So people should understand and understand firmly that our people, they know what they are doing. So that being said, we're going to be expecting actions from the police any moment from now, and they will do due diligence to it. It's not easy. So that is it. Thank you so much. Thank you. God's protection. Go on.
àwọn tán gbé wanted lé lórí Ọlọ́run ti bá wọn ṣe ẹ ti understand inú wa ti dùn fún prime boy pé Ọlọ́run ti ẹ̀yọ́ kúrò nínú ọ̀ràn now ṣé oyè àwọn tán wá fẹ́ mú lọ nìyẹn ni ẹ má gbàgbé pé ó níbi tí Mohbad ti ń bọ̀ tán dárúkọ ẹni yẹn dè ní ẹ ti understand ọ̀dọ̀ inú ilé ẹ̀ ló kú sí.
Let me explain to you. God's protection. God's protection. Ṣé ń gbọ́dọ̀ mi?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mò ń gbọ́.
Hello, God's protection. Ṣé ń gbọ́dọ̀ mi? Under the law, the only person nínú kéèsì Mohbad lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí, under the law, lórí kéèsì Mohbad tó jẹ́ homicide case yìí, the only body tó ní power láti advice ẹni tí wọ́n lè gbé lọ court tó máa pàṣẹ pé ẹni báyìí ni kẹ́ charge ẹni báyìí láwọn fẹ́ charge anybody lè advice anybody lè present ọlọ́pàá lè sọ pé àyè báyìí láwọn fura sí. Coroner inquest can come to the DPP and say these are the people we suspect. But in this Mohbad case, the only person, the only institution, the only person that can decide who to charge to court, no matter who the furasi, is the DPP, Director of Public Prosecution. And the Director of Public Prosecution has concluded these are the people that I see that ask case to answer, irrespective of who anybody furasi, and that is the law. When we noticed that, we were able to go back to the police that originally did the investigation to say we are not satisfied. No problem about that. So if anybody or any institution feels like there are more people that they are meant to charge, and you must know the difference. Police might come up and say, we suspect another 10 people. Coroner inquest might say, we suspect 20 people for so thing. The only person that can say, okay, let me see all your findings. Let me see all your findings, police. Let me see your findings, coroner inquest. The only person that can come up with this is who should be charged for this particular crime that is under investigation is the DPP. Agbára tí ọlọ́pàá ní nínú case Mohbad lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí, homicide, afurasí àwọn mẹ́jọ yìí. Mẹ́ni tó yẹ ká charge, mọ ẹ̀sùn tó yẹ ká fi kàn wọ́n. That aspect. Now, the coroner inquest will finish whatever they started. It is they will finish. The judge will say, I am good. I have seen everything. Even if the lawyers or anybody say, don't worry. I'm done. I want to make my verdicts and write my report to the DPP. Good. But the judge, as we speak now, know that the DPP, they didn't wait for the coroner inquest again. They did not wait. So that means even Tawaba send the law, what we all know as Agbalagba, Ojunu, Tawaba send the our town furasi, they can decide on it, they can decide not to act on it. But if the public want them to act on whether the police own or the coroner inquest, the right approach, whether we like it or not again, is either to wait for the court or go on a protest. And that is why we started and said, police, please, abebe, we will not go by the right of insulting the police, insult the DPP, insult the government. No, though, at the end of the day, when you are in politics and you know the power to own the power to own loan, kò ń ṣe power ọmọ kékeré. Ntí ò yé mi pẹ̀lá, understand pé tó bá ti wá rí bẹ́yẹn, ọgbọ́n, you have to be tactical when you want to face this kind of stuff. Because majority of these people trying to condemn, do everything. Only social media, I call the solution in Matiwa. These institutions, police in you, government in you, one gbọ́dọ̀ rí unity and extreme seriousness offline from those people that claim are together fighting for justice. So be justice level by through coroner inquest, justice level by through police, justice level by through courts. But we know certainly that whatever it is that the coroner inquest is meant to give us, what if it starts so we are not waiting for it? Share me mo share, mo orchestrate yẹn. Gbogbo yẹn kò ṣe 40 coroner inquest, kò ṣe 40 DPP. The fact that you have a case, if you are delaying the court or you are delaying the DPP from making decision, and other people are forcing them to say, are you trying to cover this up? The government will say, cover waiting. We are not covering anything. If the coroner inquest is not bringing its decision quickly, then we'll make use of the ones we have, which is the police own. Because if it doesn't pay, the DPP should discard police investigation and use the coroner inquest only. Because the person tí wọ́n ní láti ṣiṣẹ́ lórí advice wọn àti gbogbo materials wọn is ọlọ́pàá. The DPP is only looking for extra. The DPP police ló béèrè fún advice. It is not the coroner inquest. Police ló fẹ́ charge the case. Lóní àwọn ẹ̀sùn wọn ní káwọn fi kàn wọ́n. Káwọn má bàa ṣe mistake. DPP dẹ̀ ní okay, à ń bọ̀. Give us so time. Let's study your case file. Okay, coroner inquest. Can you look into the matter too? Let's see what people can bring too. Àwọn ẹ̀nà dem won't gbé bọ̀. We wait for you. The coroner inquest will do whatever they want to do and bring it to the DPP.
Welcome back. So the matter on ground is this. Will Sam Larry and Naira Marley spend time in prison for bullying Mohbad? The evidence that was presented to the DPP and of course the court shows that Naira Marley did not physically attack Mohbad, but did he threaten him, chase him around, like, hey, so you are the one, you owe me money. That's the story. Anyway, after that incident, the longer part of that video shows all of them sitting down together to eat. Yeah. So that's the longer version of that video. Now for Naira Marley, there is no evidence. There is no evidence at all of him physically bullying Mohbad. Even on phone call, there is no evidence. Maybe there are evidence stored somewhere that we don't know, but there is no evidence. No evidence. And you cannot just assume and take someone to court because he said, hold Malian, hold them responsible. Hold them responsible. It doesn't work that way. Because someone said, hold someone responsible. If anything happens to me. And at the end of the day, investigations are carried out to find out if there is any evidence that shows. And there is none. Now, let's leave that aside, the part of the bullying now. When Mohbad RIP, it wasn't like it was a Malian show. It wasn't as if he was attacked right in the Malian show. It wasn't as if he was in a show and then some Malians or some group of people working for the Malians or Sam Larry, they now came and attacked him. That would have been a different storyline. The story excludes Sam Larry and Naira Marley. Now, Cynthia is trying to bring them into it. Like, even though she's not mentioning Sam Larry, you will never hear Cynthia open her mouth to mention Sam Larry. Only Naira Marley, because that's where the money is and that's what they are gunning for. That's what they are aiming for. So, record label, they really bullied him. They really did this and that. Now, all of those platforms that she goes to, they never asked her, wait, can you tell us about the video where Mohbad was screaming, Cynthia is with them. Oh my God, I don't know who to trust anymore. I don't know who to trust anymore. This life is full of wickedness. Oh my God, Cynthia is with them. How can Cynthia be with them? They never asked her. They didn't even play any of those audio and say, can you explain this incident? Why is he lacking trust in you? Why is he saying you are with them? Who are these people that you are with? Is it the Sam Larry's cartel? Or is it the Malian cartel? Who are you with? And how come you are with them and not with your husband? And some other series of videos where she said, drop me, open the door, I want to go down. What exactly are they asking her? Because they are not really asking her questions that connect to some of these videos that we'll see. So if he's saying, you are with them, who are these people that you are with? These are questions. These are questions. These are questions. So, the part of Prime Boy in this whole story, the part of Prime Boy. Prime Boy also cannot be tried and jailed. Why? If you claim that your husband is the aggressor, because that's what she said already. She has already said it, that my husband is the aggressor. I guess then she didn't really think it through. If not, she would have said Prime Boy attacked Mohbad because Mohbad was trying to protect me. Prime Boy was trying to attack me, so Mohbad now tried to defend me. That would have been the story she would have invented. Like, Prime Boy was trying to attack me because I was saying, why are you talking to my husband that way? Then my husband was talking to him and said, stop talking to my wife that way. Then Prime Boy tried to attack me. Then my husband fought him. They would have changed the narrative, but because she didn't think about it then, there was so much happening. So the first thing she quickly rushed out to say, Prime Boy always gets my husband hungry. Like, before Mohbad met you, both of them have been friends. So there is always going to be this back and forth between them. And they are of the same age. So this thing will always want to come up. Superiority. And don't forget that one is shining. One is trying to shine. So these things are bound to happen. Oh, Prime Boy is always getting my husband hungry. Prime Boy got my husband angry. My husband now came out of the car and said, calm down. Then my husband was trying to punch him. So you've already created a kind of exclusion for Prime Boy because he's not the aggressor. You cannot try someone and jail them for being in the space of an aggressor. Someone is angry and the person attacked you. And once the person is trying to attack you, the person got injured. They didn't say you injured the person. So how can the person go to prison? Because you could not manage your anger. It doesn't work that way. And secondly, you cannot provide evidence of how Prime Boy attacked Mohbad and he bled profusely, according to the police. And now, Cynthia said, no, it's not true. There's something like that. It's just a small blood that I use and cutting wool to clean. That's it. Just a small blood. It was in the night. That's a new story she came up with. When we were sleeping, and I saw that the hand is swollen. And I woke him up and said, this your hand is swollen. Oh, what are you going to do about it? Then we now said, okay, maybe we call the nurse. Then his nurse is not available. Then this Mr. Spending now called, give us number. Then we now called the nurse. I now brought the nurse in. She didn't even say she brought the nurse in. The nurse now came. So it's the nurse. I was cooking fried rice. And this other person is cooking noodles. Now, wow. They say they eat a lot of noodles in that house. They say they have boxes of it. That's all they eat. Noodles. 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 No real food. Only fried rice. Cynthia knows how to cook only fried rice. Only fried rice. That's all she cooks. Mohbad eats fried rice and noodles. So funny. So that is the whole story. So at the end of the day, who is going to be held responsible for all of this? The nurse. And they now said to themselves, if we are going to hold the nurse responsible, let us hold the person that invited the nurse. So it won't be like, we have to, at least, you are the one that brought the nurse in. You introduce